Welcome back. And now we start the program in earnest, and we're going to be focusing on micro, small, and medium enterprises. The central bank, in the course of the week, launched a 220 billion naira micro, small, and medium enterprises development fund. I'm sure what is going through your mind now is, yeah, we had SME funds before. By law, they were required to set aside a certain percentage of their profit or income to help small and medium-scale enterprises. And that didn't do too well. So what is this all about? That is what we're going to be looking at this morning. What is going to make it work this time? And to look at this with us this morning, we have the former head of corporate communications at the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Tony Ede. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good to see you. Since you left CBN.
Yeah, I went into hiding.
I hope hiding has been good.
It's been good, yeah.
Good.
I've been involved in community affairs and what have you.
Okay, good. Social services. And we also have Mr. Obiora Onyaso, who is management consultant and managing director of Custom Street Advisors.
Thank you for having me on your program.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure.
Right. We are told that this move is to provide funds at a cheaper cost and on longer terms than the commercial banks offer. Mr. Ide, we had a law once upon a time that said that commercial banks should set aside X amount of their profits for SMEs. And it didn't quite work as Nigeria would have wanted. What are your thoughts as to how it's going to work this time? That people are actually going to get cheaper funds and on longer terms?
Yeah, over the years, particularly from the 70s, CBN has been trying to evolve a type of a scheme to assist small and medium-scale enterprises because of the relevance of that subsector. No country can grow and develop without adequate funding of small and medium-scale enterprises. They employ more people than the larger companies. And currently, they contribute so minimal to the development of the country. So there is need, really, to make that subsector work. You will recall, in the olden days, the banks were directed to set aside X amount for agriculture, X amount for small and medium-scale enterprises. And the banks would rather not lend to that subsector. And central bank would deduct the amount they were supposed, the percentage of loans that were supposed to go to that sector and give to development agencies. Like I think that was Bank of Industry and one other one that had folded. And the banks would prefer that where their money will be saved, given to those development financial institutions, than lending to those small and medium-scale enterprises. That went on for a very long time until there was liberalization. CBN stopped the sectoral allocation of credit. Then Joseph Sanusi, when he came, met with the bankers and said, we must assist the small and medium-scale subsector to grow. Nigeria cannot grow and develop unless we assist them. I know you guys are not ready to give them, extend credit to them. Let's do it this way. What is their problem? Number one problem, inadequate management. A man starts small and medium-scale enterprise, small enterprise. He sees it as his own cake. It's not on salary. He goes there, cashier, how much do you have in the kitchen? He takes it. When he makes enough profit, he marries more wives. And when he makes enough, he goes abroad. And when he dies, the business dies. So we at the time now understood that what was lacking was adequate management. Call the bank. set aside 10% of your profit before tax. Invest in your choice of small and medium scale enterprise. Inject some managerial skill into them. Maybe they will do well. We know that if they do well, you still make your profit.
Make your money back, yes.
Make your money from them. The bank resisted. It went on and on and on. Finally, they decided to. And once you start something half-heartedly, there is no way you can do well in it. And CBN pushed and pushed. So as soon as he left, they came up with another scheme in December 2005, which is microfinance scheme. And with that, and again, also understand that there were other interventionist agencies, like there was People Bank, there was a Community Bank, and because of lack of management with the Community Bank, CBN was not regulating or supervising them. There was a Community Bank board, even where the law says that both it said CBN should regulate these community banks. The board was not dissolved, and CBN was not ready to tussle with Community Bank board. That was why all the community banks died. The People's Bank, we know what happened to People's Bank. So all these are attempts to finance the small and medium scale.
This is yet another attempt.
This is yet another.
If I may then ask Obiora, you will probably have, because you run consultancy, you will know a number of small to micro, small and medium enterprises. Now, when you look at their key problem, would you say the key problem still remain that of management or access to fund?
Well, clearly, access to funds is the basis of initial problem a lot of these businesses have. Of course, there's management, there are all kinds of other issues. There's the environment, operating environment, multiple taxation. There are all kinds of issues, but funding remains the primary issue for a lot of businesses. Yes.
So if it's then funding, why would you, what would be your understanding of the position of CBN to continue to keep MPR at 12%, which means the fund that will be available to them at interest loan level from the banks at commercial rate will be probably running beyond double digits of 16, 17, 18 going into 2022, 23.
Okay, well, I mean, last week, for example, we had the papers said banks were loaning out at 21%, and a number of people have commented on that. We had Kende Drosimeti of Skybank commenting. We had the MD of Senate Bank commenting on that, and how can the cost of funds for smaller businesses be driven down. But the truth is that what the CBN has come up with now with the Micro and Small Medium Scale Enterprises Development Fund is they've created a wholesale facility, 220 billion. They've said, we're going to make this fund available to those MFI, microfinance institutions that have been successful at lending out funds and recovering those funds. Give you one example. Bumi Lawson of Action. Action is one of the biggest microfinance banks in Nigeria. She says our focus really is on the very small borrowers, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000. She once said that the biggest loan they have in their portfolio now is 3 million naira to any single person, any single business. So that really is the focus of the CBN, that lower tier. And this wholesale fund is being given to these institutions at 9%.